massive debt. We've got a wide open border. Now, speaking of that border, even though the federal government and by the Constitution is required to defend the states from invasion, says that in our Constitution. That's not happening. However, y'all are going to feel great about this. Washington, D.C. is obsessed with borders. They're so obsessed with borders. They're all about defending borders all the way around the world.
Yes. Yeah.
They, more than any border in the world, they love Ukraine. Okay? They love Ukraine and they fund the war against Russia. It's more important to them in Washington to defend the Ukraine's border and defend democracy in Ukraine than it is to defend our border and democracy in America. Nothing against the Ukrainian people. I actually feel very sorry for them because this war is wiping out an entire generation of young men and is destroying their country. It's very sad. You would think that the United States would be pushing for a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, but no, they want to continue funding that war.
Yes, they do.
However, our military and our Department of Defense is not engaged in defending our border. Can you imagine that? Now, this is where we are. Now, what has this done? In between funding foreign wars across the world, in between overspending your hard-earned tax dollars every single year, there's more that's been done. A lot more. Inflation has been driven and driven and driven. So here we are in a place where food is unaffordable, gas is unaffordable, electricity is becoming unaffordable. At the same time all this is happening, you've heard the Democrats talk about the Inflation Reduction Act, right? You've heard that. It's called the Green New Deal. Green New Deal. The Inflation Reduction Act is called the Green New Deal. Joe Biden, I really kind of miss Joe. Are you guys missing Joe? I do. I miss Joe. I really enjoy it. You know, listen, we're all going to get there one day in life, so it's nothing to make fun of. But I kind of enjoy those moments when he would start slipping a little bit. And then the truth would pop out.
Yeah.
Well, he did that just recently on a video, and he said, the Inflation Reduction Act, he said, we should have called it something else, because it was really about climate change. Not this will be exactly. It was the Green New Deal, they passed it. They passed the Green New Deal, and so what you need to realize is the Green New Deal is actually in law, and AOC is so happy, she's thrilled over this. Because they will want to destroy our American industry. They're doing it. They really, Kamala Harris is lying. She really does want you all to drive an electric vehicle. And this is what they've done. So it's hard to imagine the fact that the government has been weaponized. The DOJ has been weaponized against all of us.
Yes.
Weaponized against President Trump. They really want to put him in prison. However, Judge Marchand, you just saw the news, came out and he was like, well, we're going to postpone the sentencing hearing until after the election because they don't have a problem. That's backfiring on, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Steve Bannon is in prison. He'll be out November 1st. Just to wrap up, and I'm going to take some questions. Understand where we are as a country, and I know you understand it. I know you understand it. And then you have a job to do. Here's your job. You all actually have more power than I do. I'm a single member of Congress, one of 435. One of 435. I cannot accomplish anything on the House floor without 217 of my colleagues standing with me and voting for it. Now, the reason why I say you're more powerful than I am is because every single one of you has a voice. And your voices, believe me, they move things. For the past 4 years, anytime the press and the Democrats and some of my not so smart Republican colleagues are attacking me and saying I'm crazy, but I'm echoing exactly how you feel and think in Washington, D.C. that have made my voice loud because you called their offices. You post it on social media. You post it in their comments. MTG is right. And then you say whatever the issue is important, you let them know. And then guess what happens? It's the funniest thing. I enjoy it every single time. I go from being attacked, they're all coming after me. And then magically all of you speak up and say you agree with me. And the next thing you know, they're like, somebody comes up and they're like, there'll be somebody who was trashing me last week. And they go, so, Marjorie, you know that trans agenda on children issue you were talking about? I'm like, yeah, they shouldn't be doing surgeries on kids.
Amen. Amen.
Well, you know, I actually agree with you. Imagine it. How about you vote and support my bill for the Protect Children's Innocence Act? Call them. Hold them accountable. Get engaged. Encourage your friends, your family, and your neighbors to get engaged. Encourage people to vote. Encourage people to care. Because going forward, you guys, I know you know it, but I can tell you because I read the bills and I'm shocked at many of the bills that I have to vote on. It is the most important time. Our country is going to go in two different directions. And now is the time that we can hold everyone accountable. But don't give up. It's not just November 5th that's important. There's going to be another election in 2026. There's going to be another one in 2028. And I truly believe in we the people and the power